from 7:30 sharp, hopefully. And now I'm just I'm showing you, a sample verbal exam section. But one thing you should understand that this one is basically a paper-based exam. But when you are giving the exam on computers, you see that instead of 25 questions, you're going to have 20 questions, and instead of 35 minutes, it will be 35 minutes. The time will be 30 minutes. So it's a verbal reasoning test. Okay. So, but the structure is similar. Instead of 25 questions, you will just get 20. They will just leave out 5 questions, and instead of 35 minutes, you'll be given 30 minutes. Okay, just let's see what kind of questions you might get in one. The order, the structures is similar. It's just the here instead of 25 questions, you'll be getting 20 questions. The first 1 to 8, here in this paper-based exam, they've given it. This is called sentence completion or text completion. Sometimes they call it text completion, sentence completion. Text completion is, you see here, there's a blank. There's a statement, and they have given a blank there, and A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 words, and you'll have to pick up if there are 5 words in sentence completion. You'll have to put one of the words there. Just like here, 5 words, you'll have to pick one of those. You'll have to know the vocabulary. You have to understand the structure and what kind of ideas they're presenting. This one is also, say 5, just one of them. Instead of in place of C, against C, you'll be just writing. If you think that C is the correct answer, next to C, you're going to write C. Next to 3. Number 4, you see here we have 2 columns. Here, but in this one column, you'll be just picking one of these phrases, because there are 2 words, and for the number 2, you'll be just picking one of those. What about the next one? The next one is there's also a blank. Here's a blank, 2 blanks. Here's one. In the blank one, you'll be choosing 1, and for the second one, you'll be choosing 1. It's the same. Look at number 7. 7 instead of 2 horizontal line, we have 3 sets of questions, and there are 3 blanks. In the first blank, you'll have to pick one of these. In the second blank, you'll have to pick one of these, and the third blank, you'll have to pick one of the contemptuous, indifferent to sincere, or this, any one. So you'll be picking 3 of those, and as long as 3 of them, there's a stipulation, 3 of them must be correct. Okay, so this is the same thing. But this is a reading comprehension. So there's a passage, and there are 3 or 4 questions. There's another reading comprehension. There's another reading comprehension. Another reading comprehension, and here. And these are also reading comprehension. But this one is sentence equivalence. Here what happens, you'll have to check out that there's 6 words. The slow learning monkeys search something but unintelligently. Although they work closely together, they checked only the most obvious hiding places. Here, instead of 1, you'll have to pick 2 of the words. Think about it, instead of, against 15, if you think that D and these 2 words, if you put those 2 words here, it makes sense. Almost same, and in most of the cases, these are synonym. So, then you get 1 mark. Each of the 40 questions has only 1 mark. This is also another sentence equivalent. The same thing, they're all 6 6 words, and if there's 6 words, you'll have to pick 2. This is another reading comprehension. There is also logical reasoning, but logical reasoning is usually technically is based on, but within it's a part of the reading comprehension. But if you want to judge it differently, here you see that the question is a little bit different. Which of the following most strengthened argument? So you need to work on this. Other than that, it will be quite difficult. So someone has already. Okay. So this is the sentence. Logical reasoning. Which of the following must strengthen the argument? The question is a little bit different. Hopefully, we'll be practicing this in due time. Okay, so this pretty much. So basically, we have sentence equivalence, sentence completion, fill in the blanks, and reading comprehension. That's not full variety there. So you shouldn't be having that much of a problem. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so we're going to start. It's almost 7. We're going to start our vocabulary today. Vocabulary will be covering 33 words in our word list set 3 today. And let's see the words, and I'll be reading out the words. And if you have any questions, you can ask me about the words. These has been taken from different sources. So let's see. Let's start. And we'll be covering 33 words today. The first one is esoteric. Esoteric, E-S-O-T-E-R-I-C. What's that? The meaning is hard to understand, known only to the chosen few. মানে রহস্যজনক অথবা দুর্বোধ্য, এটা বুঝতে অনেক কষ্ট হয়. Abstruse, arcane, cryptic, secret. Some of their anthems are maybe a bit too intricate and esoteric for words. What about contentious? Contentious is argumentative, creating disagreement, polemical, disputatious, and quarrelsome. We heard loud and contentious noises in the next room. Contentious is argumentative, creating lots of noise. Penchant, what's that? He has a penchant for something. He has a strong desire to learn things. Penchant. Mention, yes, a strong liking, taste, or tendency for something. Proclivity, predilection. Mention is knack, and the proclivity is also interest. Predilection is also authority. Is okay. So he had a strong penchant. Here is liking. What about diffidence? Diffidence. Diffidence is the opposite of confidence. Diffidence is the opposite of confidence. That's shyness, hesitancy, timidity, and quietness. You must overcome your diffidence if you intend to become a salesperson. If diffidence is the opposite of confidence. Shyness, hesitancy, timidity, quietness. You must overcome your diffidence if you intend to become a salesperson. Obdurate. Obdurate is very stubborn. আচ্ছা খুবই অবাধ্য মতো যা ভাবছে সেটা নিজে করবেই not easily persuaded to influence, stubborn, obstinate, hard-hearted, callous. আচ্ছা he was obdurate in his refusal to listen to our complaints. আচ্ছা he was obdurate in his refusal to listen to our complaints. Obdurate. Then the next one is tenacity. What's that? Tenacity is tending to stick firmly. কোনো কিছু খুব শক্তভাবে ধরে রাখা, হ্যাঁ, অথবা কোনো কিছু না ছাড়া. Tendency to stick firmly to any decision, plan, then or opinion, firmness, persistence, adhesiveness. Therefore, it is extremely difficult to overcome the tenacity of a habit. Okay, so that's tenacity. What about cogent? Cogent is forceful and convincing to the intellect and reason. Persuasive, coherent, lucid. She represented coherent argument to the jury. মানে খুবই জোরালো, বাংলায় হবে জোরালো, cogent. Then we have innervate. Innervate is to become weak. Innervate is to become extremely weak. That's a cogent. Innervate, as I mentioned, is to weaken somebody's physical, mental, or moral vitality, debilitate, wear out, enfeeble. She was slow to recover from her illness, even a short walk to the window. Innervate. Innervate মানে ক্লান্ত করে ফেলা, ক্ষয়ে ফেলা, হ্যাঁ? আচ্ছা. Ineffable joy. Ineffable, what's that? Ineffable joy is that cannot be expressed in words, unable to be expressed in words, unspeakable, overwhelming. Such ineffable joy must be experienced in. It cannot be described. Ineffable. Onerous, what is that? Onerous? Okay, onerous. Onerous is something burdensome, representation. Something burdensome, difficult. So this onerous, that's having a great burden, must travel, মানে যেটা খুব চাপ যুক্ত, হ্যাঁ, চাপের মতো কাজ করে. আচ্ছা, he asked for a medical assistant because his workload was too. So he asked for an assistant because his workload was too onerous. Onerous. Which one about onerous? Okay, the next one, onerous, is representing the burden. What about rescind? The next one is rescind. What's that? Rescind, to remove the validity of authority of something, cancel something, redesign, overturn. That's rescind. Rescind is to cut away. Because of public resentment, the king had to rescind his okay, so rescind is to remove the validity or authority of something, cancel something, or বাদ দিয়ে দেওয়া. Because of public resentment, the king had to rescind the order. Abeyance was that. Abeyance is temporary inactivity or non-operation, suspended of action. Okay, the next word, Abeyance means স্থগিতাবস্থা, to put something in moratorium. No action, and nothing is happening. Say in, okay, what's happening in, okay, what's happening in the corona time? Lots of people are staying at home and few people are going out. Okay, so abeyance is when you give order that this thing cannot be tolerated. Then you'll be getting the help. Abeyance. Cherry, what's that? Cherry? Cherry is cautiously reluctant to do something. Reluctant to shape. Cherry has to cautiously reluctant to do something. Reluctant to read habits. Okay, so cherry is continuously reluctant. মানে খুব সতর্ক। Cherry হলো cautiously reluctant to do something. Reluctant to share, give, or use something concerned. A prudent nifty. A prudent New Englander, Stewart was as chary of investing money in junk bonds as he was chary of doing good. তারপরে it's chary মানে সতর্ক আছে wrong as he was saying here. What about the next word? Next word is dirge. Dirge the song of mourning or lament, especially one about death or intended for a study. Okay. So the funeral's dirge steered us to teeth. Okay. The next word is goad. G-O-A-D. What's that? Goad is to provoke or okay. So goad is what? Goad is to provoke or incite somebody into action. To prod an animal with a long pointed stick, arch on spar. মানে বাংলায় যেটা গুতানো বলে, গুতানো, হ্যাঁ, লাঠি দিয়ে, হ্যাঁ, আমাদের ক্যামেল, আচ্ছা, আমাদের goadটা হচ্ছে to stimulate, হ্যাঁ, to push like that. He was goaded by his friends until he yielded to their wishes. He was goaded by his friends. Number 17 is Lord. Laudatory. When Lord is a keyword, Lord is okay. Then to glorify somebody or praise somebody, Lord will extol, applaud, rave. They also allow laud his decision not to emit others as items or remove them from his archive, no matter how much pressure he is that Lord. What about the next one? Nondescript. None having no interesting or remarkable characteristic. Non-descriptive. In a description, you don't have any description to relate to that. Non-descriptive মানে সাধারণ, খুবই সহজ. Ordinary remarkable. The private ex was a short, non-descriptive fellow with no outstanding features. Sort of person one would never notice in the sort of person that one would never notice in a crowd. Okay. Therefore, 57. Sorry. So what's that? Perusal. Perusal is a reading or examining or something. Usually in a careful and thorough way or taking time to do it. Perusal is you read thoroughly, but usually while taking time. Reading to read through or scan something quickly. Perusal. I'm certain that you have missed important details in your paragraph. The next one is republic. Republic. Where's that? Sorry. Number 20 is repudiate. Number 20 is Number 20 is repudiate. Repudiate was the meaning of it to disapprove of something formally and strongly and renounce any connection with it, deny, reject, or disown something, disclaim, disavow. Hello, you can listen to me? Hello, Irina?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. So repudiate is to disapprove of something formally and strongly and renounce any connection. Repudiate হলো কোনো কিছু ত্যাগ করা। I know, disclaim, disavow. আপনি যেটা বলেছেন করবেন সেটা ফেরত আসা। He announced that he would repudiate all debts incurred by his wife. He would repudiate all, মানে যে ঋণ আছে সেই ঋণের সঙ্গে নিজেকে আলাদা করে ফেলবে। Truculent কি হবে? Truculent হচ্ছে aggressively or sullenly refusing. Truculent খুব fierce, accept something to do what is asked. Hostile, belligerent, মানে খুব যুদ্ধান্তি, defiant, fractious, confrontational, obstreperous, surly, huss. এটা হচ্ছে truculent. Pasha the camel had at first been truculent and unruly. Truculent মানে fierce. But to touch or to be adjacent to something. Adjacent মানে কাছাকাছি না? But হচ্ছে to touch or be adjacent to something along one side. Adjoint, border. The border যদি say about as where states about we must build মানে যেখানে বর্ডার হয়েছে সেই জায়গাটা সেখানে যেখানে দুইটা জিনিস মিলিত হয়েছে সেটাকে বলছে আবার where are states about we must build a fence এটা হচ্ছে আবার buttress মানে কি buttress হলো সাপোর্ট করা কোনো কিছু a solid structure usually made of brick or stone that is built against a wall. And that's a buttress. Buttress is support. Just as architects buttress the walls of cathedrals with flying buttresses, debates buttress their argument with facts. Compunction. What's that? Compunction is you feel, after remorse, when you feel remorse, feeling of shame and regret about doing something wrong, remorse, scruple, and hesitation. The judge was especially severe in his sentencing because he felt that the criminal had shown no compunction for his heinous job. Heinous মানে কি কেউ বলতে পারবেন heinous? Anybody heinous? কেউ জানেন আপনারা? heinous? মানে জঘন্য, খুবই খারাপ। Dilapidated মানে যেটা ভেঙে চুরে গেছে, হ্যাঁ?
স্যার একটু মার্ক করবেন?
জি?
যদি একটু মার্ক করে রাখেন।
ও আচ্ছা। ঠিক আছে। এই যে আমরা কোনটা করছি সে dilapidated. আচ্ছা, partly ruined or decayed, especially as a result of neglect. Run down মানে ভেঙে চুরে গেছে, derelict, এটা পরিত্যক্ত. We felt that the dilapidated building needed several coats of, and we felt that the dilapidated equanimity. Equanimity হচ্ছে যেটা একটা ব্যালেন্স দেয়, ব্যালেন্স, equal. তাহলে evenness of temper, even under stress, composure, poise. In his later years, he looked upon the foolishness of the world with equanimity and humor. Let's move on to the next word. Ferret out. Ferret out means to force somebody or something out of a hiding place by persistent searching, discover something secret, flush out. She ferreted out there. মানে একটু ফোর্স করে কোনো কিছু একটা বের করে আনা। It could be secret, it could be an animal from a hole, anything. 28. আচ্ছা, তারপর ferret out. She ferreted out that secret. Couch হলো carve out hole to attack somebody's eyes with come overshot somebody. Couch হলো carve out something, হ্যাঁ, কোনো কিছু গর্ত থেকে বের করে আনা. In that fight, all the rules were forgotten. The adverse is bit, kicked, and tried to gouge each other's eyes out. Gouge. Gouge মানে ওইভাবে gouge. The next one is incumbent. Incumbent মানে somebody currently holding an official post, especially in a church or political organization. Obligatory, mandatory. Incumbents are generally at a divided disadvantage in elections. So incumbent are generally at a divided disadvantage in elections. So it has to incumbent. Is the incumbent prime minister মানে যে বর্তমানে ওই পদে আছে। Malapropism. Malapropism হলো mal হলো নেগেটিভ একটা আইডিয়া, propism আচ্ছা তারপর unintentional use of wrong word, comic misuse of a word, blunder, gaffe. When Mrs. Malaprop criticizes Lydia for being headstrong as an allegory on the banks of the Nile, she confuses allegory and alligator in a typical malapropism. কাছাকাছি word যেমন আমি যদি mixed up করে ফেলি যেমন as headstrong as an allegory on the banks of the Nile, she confuses allegory. Headstrong মানে কি খুবই অবাধ্য, alligory হবে না, alligory থেকে alligator হবে। হ্যাঁ, alligory আর alligator কাছাকাছি এই ধরনের অন্য ওয়ার্ড পেলে আচ্ছা এই ধরনের অন্য ওয়ার্ড পেলে আপনি আচ্ছা যদি কনফিউজিং হয় সে কনফিউজ alligory তখন এটাকে বলে malapropism। obtrusive হলে যেটা বাধা দেয়, tending to intrude or force। obtrusive অনেকভাবে ইউজ হয়, force opinions on others, pushy, meddlesome, যে মাঝে মধ্যে সবাইকে থামিয়ে দেয়, হ্যাঁ নিজেরটাকে জাহির করতে চায়, নিজের বক্তব্যকে। highly noticeable, often with a bad or unwelcome effect, projecting or sticking out। যদি প্রজেক্ট করা যায় না এটা বলছি না, এটা obtrusive যেটা মানে একটু বার হয়ে আছে, যে চোখে পড়ে, projecting or sticking out। let's say এটা I found her a very obtrusive person।
স্যার একটু মার্ক করেন না।
oh sorry হ্যাঁ I'm sorry। আচ্ছা এটা obtrusive, হ্যাঁ এটা malapropism। আচ্ছা tending to আচ্ছা এটা হচ্ছে tending, এই পুরোটুকুই করব, tending to intrude or force opinion on other people, pushy, meddlesome, highly noticeable। কোনো কিছু ওয়াল থেকে কিছু একটা বের হয়ে আছে, হ্যাঁ ওইটাও obtrusive হতে পারে। অথবা কোথাও গিয়ে হ্যাঁ খুব চেঁচামেচি শুরু করলো, হ্যাঁ সবার চোখে পড়লো, এটা obtrusive হতে পারে। I found a very obtrusive person। আচ্ছা constantly seeking। তারপরে pithy what's that? brief yet forceful and to the point। pithy হলো খুব অল্প ছোট কিন্তু অনেক জোরালো, strength আছে। an element of wit, concise, meaty, to the point। I enjoy reading his essays because they are compact and pithy। এটা হলো quotidian মানে খুবই সাধারণ, আচ্ছা of the most ordinary everyday kind, আচ্ছা গতানুগতিক, nothing very different। To Philip, each new day of his internship was filled with excitement, who could not dismiss round as merely quotidian। আচ্ছা quotidian মানে just regular। আচ্ছা আমরা এই ওয়ার্ডগুলো আরেকবার একটু দেখি, আজকে যে কয়েকটা ওয়ার্ড দেখলাম একটু করি। esoteric মানে difficult to understand, hard to understand, known only to the chosen few, abstruse, arcane, cryptic। some of their anthems can be a bit too intricate and esoteric for the newcomer। contentious মানে argumentative, হ্যাঁ অনেক ঝগড়া করে অথবা বিতর্ক করতে পছন্দ করে। creating আচ্ছা disagreement, polemic থেকে এসেছে, polemical হলো argumentative। dispute এসে দেখেন dispute আছে। Some we heard loud and contentious noises in the next room। penchant, he or she has a penchant for something। penchant মানে knack, হ্যাঁ আকর্ষণ আছে। strong liking, toys, আচ্ছা taste or tendency for something। proclivity হচ্ছে penchant হলো strong liking, মানে আপনার predilection, proclivity এটাও a strong desire, strong liking। he had a strong penchant for sculpture। আচ্ছা diffidence হলো খুব diffidence মানে কি কনফিডেন্সের অভাব, এটা মানে খুব shy। shyness, hesitancy, timidity, quietness. Actually, you must overcome your diffidence if you intend to become a salesperson. Obdurate, not easily persuaded, or influenced. Obdurate, to be অবাধ্য type. Stubborn, obstinate, hard-hearted, callous. He was obdurate in his refusal to listen to her complaints. Obdurate মানে তুই অবাধ্য. Tenacity হচ্ছে কোনো কিছু লেগে থাকার যে tendency, tending to stick firmly to any decision, plan, or opinion. Firmness, persistency, tenacity, ধরে থাকার যে tendency. Extremely difficult to overcome the tenacity. Cogent argument মানে very জোরালো, খুবই শক্ত. Forceful and convincing to the intellect and reason, persuasive, coherent, lucid. She presented cogent argument to the jury. Innervate wordটা কি? আস্তে আস্তে দুর্বল হয়ে যাওয়া. As to weaken somebody's physical, mental, or moral. As whereas ineffable. What about ineffable? Ineffable, এটা ব্যক্ত করা যায় না, unable to be expressed in words, unspeakable, overwhelming. Such ineffable joy must be experienced. It cannot